What's going on, guys? It's your average consumer, and me and my boy Dom made another trip out to the PlayStation headquarters to see the newest version of their handheld line, sorta. Today, let me introduce you guys to the PlayStation Portal. So let's talk about the PlayStation Portal and everything you need to know. So pretty much what we're looking at is a DualSense controller with an 8-inch display slapped right in the middle. And that 8-inch display is a 1080p panel with a 60 Hz refresh rate, and it should have all of the features that you come to expect from a standard DualSense controller. So pretty much all of the same buttons, and for the trackpad, there's like a virtual trackpad built right into the touchscreen, and you can pretty much use it with any thumb. They kind of got them on both sides of the screen. Now, if we take a look around the device itself, first things first, I gotta say, it is really lightweight, which was really surprising. It feels really comfortable to use in the hands, and it feels just like you're holding a DualSense controller. What is really cool though, it has these nice LED strips on the side. So with certain games that use it, it looks really cool. We were playing Astro's Playroom. I love the way the blue LEDs looked on the side. And on top of the device, we've got a few buttons. We've got the power, your PlayStation Link button that allows you to pair to some PlayStation headsets, which we'll talk about a little bit later, as well as your volume controls on the side. And underneath that white portion, you've got your USB-C port as well as an auxiliary port. So if you want to plug in some headphones, you'll be able to do that right from there. But overall, the screen is really thin and it's a really lightweight device, wide, but it is really comfortable to use, and it's actually a really nice looking screen. Now I know the burning question is, what exactly is this device and what can it do? Well, this is a PlayStation 5 companion, and it's going to be completely dedicated to remote play, like a lot of us guessed. So that is the main function of this device. Now, even though it's a remote play device, it should still have all of the features you typically get from a DualSense controller. So even all of the haptics should feel exactly the same as using your regular DualSense controller with your PS5. So unfortunately, we're not looking at this as like the next Vita or anything. This is an accessory to your PS5. So maybe somebody's using the TV to watch something, or you want to lay down in bed while you play your game. Whatever your situation may be, this is going to be that device that lets you play your PS5, but comfortably in a different location. And from my understanding, this device should run remote play better than what we see on like a smartphone or a laptop. So any other devices that can use remote play, the PlayStation Portal should be more optimized to run smoothly compared to those devices. Now, in the brief moments that I had with it, it ran really smoothly. And if I'm being honest, I couldn't tell that it was remote play. It felt like I was playing the game right on the device. So that's a big win. Of course, you're gonna get better results when you're on the same Wi-Fi network as the PlayStation 5 and you've got a good connection. Now you might be wondering, can you access remote play somewhere else? Maybe if you don't want to play it on your couch, you want to just go somewhere else. Yes, you can. The quality of your stream is always going to depend on your internet connection. Like me personally though, I want to see if I can just hotspot from my phone straight to the device. That's what I used to do with like my Vita and my PlayStation 4 years and years ago. I want to see if I can get that to run now. It'll work, but I want to see how good it'll be. That's going to be for another video. Now, of course, the next thing you're going to want to know is pricing, right? Jay, you weren't there. What do you think the price is going to be like?
$100.
It's actually going to be $199.
Oh.
Surprising, right?
Yeah.
So I was a little surprised when I heard the price too, because I think everyone assumed, you put a screen on something, it's going to be like $300. It's actually going to be $199. And I think that is PlayStation saying like, this is truly an accessory. It's not supposed to be this expensive standalone device. It is truly supposed to be an accessory for your PS5 if you just want to play somewhere else in the home. But of course, I'm curious what you guys think of the pricing. Let me know with a comment down below if it's higher or lower than you expected. Now, I didn't get told exact dates, but pre-orders should be really soon. And this is going to be coming out later this year. Now, let me know what you guys think of this being a dedicated remote play device. Is it an accessory you find yourself picking up? I can see myself wanting it because there've been plenty of times I want to play my console, but I can't dedicate a bunch of hours to sitting on the couch and really getting down with the game. This is something I can see myself playing in bed so Ari doesn't kill me and yell at me. Now, for those of you wondering how this thing is actually going to behave, what it's going to feel like to use it, Well, from my understanding, it is going to have like its own little separate menus. So you can like log into your Wi-Fi, connect to the PS5, maybe change a couple of settings. We didn't get to see that UI, so I can't really talk about that much. But you're gonna have all those things so you can get your initial setup going. And then you're gonna be able to pair to your PS5 so you can do the remote play. And obviously once it's connected, you're going to have like all the menus and settings and whatnot of like a PS5. We know how remote play works. But you might be wondering what happens if like you try to put this thing to sleep and like, you know, go and do something really quick. Well, you're basically going to put your portal to sleep. And if you want to run to the kitchen, grab some snacks or a drink, whatever, and you quickly come back within a few minutes, you're gonna be able to resume right from where you left off. But if you go away for a while and you haven't touched it for a bit, you're going to have to reestablish your connection when you hit that power button. And depending on your settings for your PS5, if it went to sleep or something, turning on the power button with the portal is going to be able to wake it up and then reestablish a connection so you can continue playing on it. But like with any remote play device, if you hit like that power button to let it sleep for a bit, you will have your PlayStation running still. So make sure you pause your game or something so that you don't get yourself killed. And of course, you can just continue playing from your PS5 to your portal or from your portal back to your PS5, whatever you want to do, it'll pretty seamlessly go between the two of them. So that's pretty much the PlayStation Portal, but Sony also showed us two other devices. Now, one of them being the earbuds that we saw with a lot of the Project Q promos, and that is called the PlayStation Pulse Explorer. And these earbuds are of course going to be able to work with the PlayStation Portal, your PS5, even your PC, as well as your phone, because it's going to have Bluetooth built into it. So you're gonna be able to use this with pretty much any device you wanna throw at it. Now these are actually some larger earbuds, but they actually fit comfortably in the ear. They're pretty tall and they even have some buttons. There's a link button as well as volume controls. The design is pretty interesting. I feel like PlayStation's been pretty bold with the way they've been designing these accessories lately, like from the PS5 to the new headsets and the earbuds and everything. I like the direction. It's out there, but it feels like futuristic. I personally like it. Now, what's interesting about these earbuds is that they use this thing called planar magnetic drivers, which is something that's typically found in like really high-end headphones. I'm really curious to see how it performs with like different games and music. It's something we haven't really seen before, so I'm very curious to test it out. In my short time with it, they sounded pretty good, but I had like minutes. So we gotta see what it's like to actually spend some time with it. I'm curious to see how it performs. Now, something that I do like about this is that it can connect through low latency and Bluetooth at the same time. So if you're using this as a gaming headset, you can also have it paired to your phone so that you can take calls and listen to your game at the exact same time. So while you're shooting around in your game, you can be talking to someone on the phone. If you're in a party chat and on the phone at the same time, things can get real confusing, but it is possible. But you will be able to hear and speak to both sides, people in your party, as well as the person on the phone. Now, the Explorers are also equipped with smart microphones, so they've got AI tuning so that it can drown out some of the noise you've got going on in the background, something we've seen come to a lot of headsets, and I'm happy it's gonna be coming here. Now, of course, the thing's also going to have a charging case, and it's got a pretty wide-looking design that slides over, which is a mechanism we don't typically see. We usually see charging cases kind of like a clamshell where it pops open. This one slides over to the left, you can pop them out. It has the link button in the center so that you can initially pair them to whatever device you want to pair them to. And it has the USB-C port on the right side. And I know you guys are probably wondering what's the battery life on these devices. Well, we don't have any official numbers just yet, but I will update the description down below with any official numbers that come out, maybe by the time of this video or in the future. Now, pricing for the PlayStation Pulse Explorer, Jay, take a guess.
$150.
Wrong. $199. Oh, so it's a little bit on the higher end. And this would have been really surprising to me if it weren't for those planar magnetic drivers, but $199. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. Now let's move on to the bigger headset that we didn't know was coming. This is the PlayStation Pulse Elite. So this is the next step up from the PlayStation Pulse 3D. And you can kind of tell by the design, it feels like they evolved like a Pokemon, like they just transformed into the new look. So it's got a pretty wild design, but I'm all here for it. On the left side, you've got like this retractable boom mic with an LED to let you know when the light is on, with a mute button on it as well. And on the right side, you also have another LED to let you know when it's connected to your device. On the bottom of the right side, you'll also find the controls. We've got a power button, as well as a headphone jack, your USB-C port, as well as your volume controls. So all pretty standard controls, but there's something interesting about these headphones. There's also a charging port built into the headband. So what's interesting about this is there's now going to be an attachment that comes with the headset that allows you to use it as a hanger. So this hanger can be put on like the side of a monitor, the side of a desk, on a stand of some sort, and you'll be able to actually dock your PlayStation Pulse Elites so that it can charge like this instead of using the USB-C port. I'm really curious to see what kind of third-party headphone stands we're going to be seeing for this hanger, but it's really cool that it's included in the box. Now this headset's also gonna have those planar magnetic drivers that we saw in the PlayStation Pulse Explorers, so we should hear better sound quality compared to the Pulse 3Ds. Of course, we're going to have to test that all out. Now Jay, price, PlayStation Pulse Elites.
$299.
$299, no, actually, $149.99.
The headset?
The headset.
It's cheaper than
It's cheaper than the earbuds.
Oh.
So it's interesting. I was actually pretty surprised too. I thought they would maybe be the same price, but it's cheaper than the earbuds. So I mean, that's a pretty competitive price, $150. I think it's a $50 increase compared to the Pulse 3Ds. But yeah, $149.99 for those. Now you guys have heard me say PlayStation Link a few times, and that is PlayStation's low latency connection with this adapter. Now PlayStation actually gave a name to it this time because there's a lot that it can do on its own. So if you have a pair of PlayStation Pulse Elites and you have a pair of Pulse Explorers, you can have them paired to the same adapter, but you can only use one at a time. Once you turn one off, the other will take over. And the headsets can actually be paired to multiple PlayStation Link adapters. So if you want to have one in your PS5, one in your PC, one in your laptop, whatever, you can pair to multiple adapters. So it makes it a little bit easier to swap between devices. So you don't have to like pull out your adapter, plug it into a new device. It's up to you if you want to use it like that, but this is now an option. So to summarize, one adapter can have two headsets and one headset can have multiple adapters. So this PlayStation Link ecosystem kind of thing, it's gonna be pretty interesting. But with the PlayStation Portal, you don't need the adapter. It has that PlayStation Link built right into it. And that's it, you guys. That is everything that we learned about the new PlayStation Portal, PlayStation Pulse Explorer, and PlayStation Pulse Elite. Let me know what you guys think with a comment down below. Are you picking one of these up? Is it something you guys are interested in? I know I am, but I want to hear your thoughts. And of course, if there's any information that comes out about these that we didn't mention in this video, I'll put it down in the description so you guys can go ahead and check it out and see. But that's it for the new devices. I wasn't expecting a few things, so interested in seeing how it all pans out. But I'll catch you guys in the next one. Till then, it's your average consumer. Peace. I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be nice to play PS5 in bed. Can't wait.